Well, for more than one reason, our production value is going to be coming up a little bit. I picked up a MacBook that I'm going to start doing all the editing for these off of, and hopefully be able to be a little more mobile with it, because at this point in time, having everything functioning off the same PC that I got all my video games installed on is not really conducive to a highly functional work environment. So at this rate, I think the best thing I can do is start building an environment that encourages the behaviors that I need. That's gonna have to start with cleaning up my office situation. The house is a disaster. I am a disaster. I need to get it back on track. I've been pretty good with money for a while, and now that I've put like $2,000 away, I treated myself to the laptop. That was about $400. That's a little bit of an investment. That said, this is the first time in my life that I have had a reliable, reasonably sized emergency spending available to me. So at this rate, with $2,000 set away, I can afford the $400. I don't mind it. I need to keep saving, but doing myself the little favor here and there, and feeling that that's gonna actually encourage some growth from me, and that's something that I can make use of for an extended period of time, I think it's an investment. I'm gonna call that an investment. I think it's worthwhile. Calorie tracking is going okay. I can do better. I need to do better, and I'm hoping the MacBook will make my life a little easier there. I'll always have something available to record that with me, because doing it all physically, I like it for the sake of my brain. It makes the math easier. I can keep up with it. I can keep up with the information. Well, like what I find valuable about the information, rather than reading through like a fucking spreadsheet of jumbled garbage. That said, I'm gonna have to start taking that partially digital, because I cannot attempt to hold a meal in my brain until I get home to write it down, right? I need to go to the car, type it in, and be done with it. So I can just let it go. Because I'm trying my best, but I've heard it said before, you can't track everything. Well, I think in a perfect environment, I certainly could, but I don't really have an environment that's conducive to that right now. I think the MacBook will help with that. You know, I'm at work, I'm eating lunch, I'm sitting still anyway. I'd may as well punch it in on the MacBook. Now, sure, I'd may as well write it down also, but it's gonna take me a lot less time to punch it in on a PC than to sit there and do the math for 2,500 calories. Whatever, even the first 1,500 of my day if it's just lunch. So at that rate, I think I'm very, very glad I have a new tool. Something in the repertoire. New piece in the arsenal. And I'm keeping this motherfucker pristine. I'm very happy about it. I'm really excited. I've wanted one for a while. Never been an Apple user. Always Android with my phones, but I do think that the iOS lends itself pretty well on PC, whatever, you know, a personal computer solution, just because they had to open that up to a few more traditional varieties of software, right? Like on the iPhone and the Android, I like my Android because it's highly, highly customizable. I understand why folks are happy with and familiar with their Apple infrastructure. The thing I do appreciate about the MacBook is that it's going to function as similarly to a PC as it can. It's following as many of the UI traditions as it can without causing problems for users. So I'm very excited. I think it'll be a nice transition. I have been a diehard anti-Apple, anti-Mac individual for an extended period of time. But I think the laptops are serving a pretty impressive purpose. I think they're really, really cool pieces of engineering. I'm very excited. And it's got that M1 chip, which if you're not up to date, M1 was like a huge leap forward for Apple's architecture, because they had a contract expire with Intel or something of the sort along that nature. And that chip is drastically more efficient at communicating between parts or something of the sort. And I think the numbers they were given was like 5 to 6 times the speeds on GPU and CPU focused tasks. So Very cool. Very, very cool. I think mine's the 7-core GPU version. But I look forward to it. A little bit of an upgrade. So you know what? I might cap this off at learning to diet is not fucking easy. Learning to diet has been the biggest struggle during this whole process because life is so not encouraging you to live a whole food, low calorie, high nutrient, simplistic lifestyle. If you want to live that kind of lifestyle, there's simple foods, but it's more difficult to live your life. It is more difficult to prep for lunch. It is more difficult to have breakfast and dinner lying around at the right times of day. More difficult to have the right things around the house. Because the things that are readily available are sweet, sugary, high calorie, very nutrient lacking, but calorie dense. It's not easy. It's not simple. And the MacBook is an investment, but that feels like the kind of investment that encourages the environment I want. I want to have it available to me to go take care of my numbers, to be able to keep track of that. I do not want to struggle with that. I do not want to have to go out of my way and pick something up and not have it on me and remember it until I get home. No. As simple as I can make the life portion of it is going to make it a lot easier for me to maintain the diet portion of it. And I will say, I've started to find out what kind of my staples are. I've started to find out where I'm lacking and what I'm in need of, and definitely what nutrients are going to be missing, given that I'm not eating any fucking greens. I'm excited. I'm a little bit discouraged with the tracking of it all. It's just exhausting, but it's not scary. It's not difficult to learn. It's just the kind of thing that you weren't taught and you're not informed about, and it becomes really, really scary and arbitrary and confusing to think about. Like my girlfriend, who's coming along with me for this and watching the transition in my life, she asks all kinds of questions. Well, how do I know XYZ about the nutrition? How do I know if I need XYZ nutrient? I'm missing ABC vitamin. Honestly, you can't know until you know what it feels like to receive those things. And like right now, I have nutritional concerns for sure, but I'm learning about what's missing. I want dietary fiber because I want to feel full and not have spent 600 calories on a fucking cheeseburger and fries. Whatever, 1,000 calories. So it's difficult. It's I think the most difficult part of it is informing yourself when you've been uninformed for so long. I think that is certainly a criminally undereducated topic. I think we have a lot more access to this than we let on. I don't think we've taught the kids well enough. I certainly wasn't. I know that much. That I'm certain of. But doing my best. You know, was a $400 investment when I have other situations in my life the best decision? No. Is it one of the better decisions I've made in my lifetime financially, though? Yeah, probably, honestly. I was looking at spending a lot more than that, so probably one of the better decisions I've made. I'm getting better. I'm trying to be better. I think I'm learning. I think. I'm trying. All right, I'm pretty satisfied. So, day prior to yesterday, we were at 255.5. Next day, we were at 255. Today, we are at 253.5. I feel good. I feel very good. Clearly, I've been holding a little bit of water and bloating myself up a little bit by drinking too many beers, but I feel good. I actually had half a beer yesterday, and I'm still feeling good. So I'm a little dehydrated, though. I do need to work on that today. Otherwise, I feel very, very good. I'm satisfied with that. That said, we have a lot more to do. I have a lot of progress to make. But this is about the 2-week mark. So I think I'm going to do some progress photos. Be gentle, you fucking assholes. We'll see how it goes. I feel very, very good. And at this point, either the end of this video or the following is going to end up being basically a full day of eating with a few of the options that I've been doing lately. And I am eating most of these things pretty much every day as like 4 to 5 meals. But when I end up going kind of low on one of them, I'm probably going to end up eating pizza and beer on the weekends is typically what's happened. So I'm going to try and be better more often, but I am tracking and I do feel good. I feel very confident that I'm tracking accurately. I'm going to start tracking my workouts. I haven't gotten around to that and I need to standardize that still. But I got a lot on my plate. I feel good about my finances. I feel good about this project and I'm ecstatic. I really am ecstatic. Let's do the progress photos. Okay, this little thing is hotter than hell. We are starting the day off with a little breakfast sandwich. And I might go for some Greek yogurt later, but we're going to start here. This is a avocado oil as a spray, you know. Keep it below the 20 calorie mark. Make it quick. They advertise it as 0 and they're liars and it's bullshit. We're going for eggs, Canadian bacon, and a Swiss cheese. Oh, that kind of blew up a little bit. I think I'm gonna go for 2 eggs. Sometimes I'll go for 3 when I got a real appetite, but I'm doing all right. Alright, let them eggs do their thing and practice ordering your Jersey Mike's sandwich Mike's way. Alright, we're gonna let Michael take the reins on this one. Alright, any bread will do. I'm going for a caraway rye bread. And to my knowledge, a higher protein content in here. I'll look it up. I suppose I was mistaken. Apparently their regular rye bread has a decent protein to calorie ratio. This one's a little bit weaker, but so be it. That's where I'm at. Let me weigh it. I am curious to see if we are looking at 2 servings right now or just the 1. Apparently it's a 2-ounce serving. Oh yeah, nice. So we're only looking at 1 serving. It's 100 calories of bread. And that's a pretty sizable chunk of bread, so you know what, I'll take it. I'm not complaining there. 100 calories and 4 grams of protein is not too bad, but 60 calories for 3 grams of protein is what their plain rye bread says, so that'd be a decent ratio. This one I'll take. I'll take it. Not too bad. So prior to now, I was making this pretty much every day, every other day, one of these sandwiches. And I'll throw up all the nutrition for this on screen, but to my knowledge, there's nothing wrong with this. This is relatively nutrient dense, not super calorically heavy. Nutritionally dense, I should say. Alright, we actually look pretty good here. Yeah, these are about done. I'll give them a moment, pull them off. Alright, we'll call that good. It's only been like another 15 seconds, but you know how eggs are. These sons of bitches fry real quick. Alright, we are setting that aside. You know what, I could just, fuck it, I'll fry them in here a little bit. I was gonna toast these, but this seems fine. Ow, son of a bitch. I got myself pretty good. Yeah, that's gonna take forever. I'll toast them. Fuck it. Well, there goes my ambience. Alright. Hold the phone. This thing's still hot enough, so what I'm gonna do is throw a Canadian bacon on top of it. So the serving size for this is 51 grams. That's about 3 of these things. I'm gonna throw them in one at a time, but we will eat 3. Ooh, listen to that. Now you're cooking with gas. Here, you little bastards. While I'm at it, I am going to throw a slice of cheese on this bad boy and let it melt real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, I'm cooking 3 more of these things. I am getting that toast going, and I'm building this bitch. I should have done a double decker. God damn it. Dadgummit. Doggone it. You know what, tonight I think I might make some more soup. That was real easy. I'm gonna do it a little differently. It's gonna take some more work, but not terribly much. I don't know what lunch looks like. We'll see about lunch. All right, toast. Bueno. Bien. All right. ¿Cómo están? Estoy bien. That thing didn't really cook, so we're gonna let it go a little longer. You know what, fuck it. One of them can be a little bit less. I'll throw the other ones in. I'll let it get hotter. Oh, look at me now. So I did pull this out cheese side down, but that's gonna be the top end of the sandwich. Look at them little yolks. Almost. The fries. Now with this, I think I'm gonna end up eating a clementine, and I probably will go for some Greek yogurt a little later on. Call it brunch. And at that rate, I'm pretty good for most of the day, up until about 2-3 p.m. I'll start getting hungry. I'll probably have something small and then be hungry again by 5 or 6. And that should keep me going. It should be most of my day. I might have something later on at my sister's. I'm going to be spending some time. But otherwise, we should be keeping it below like 2,000 calories there. And that's a decent deficit for me. By the way, you don't have to get this one, but I highly recommend these little itty-bitty frying pans. These are like college dorm room, Walmart, Target type, go back to school items. But these things slap. You know, this is one little dish I gotta clean, and I don't gotta deal with the whole pot and pan and butter and what's it called, spatula, you know? I like this thing. I use a paper plate to just flip things when I need to, because I mean a spatula is kind of a waste. That's a lot of dishes to do. I'll just end up eating my food on the same plate I'm using to flip a piece of Canadian bacon. Right, that's a decent little fry on these. I'll call that good. Ow, you son of a bitch. Alright. Bada boom, bada bing. We are about good to go. And that's breakfast, man. Nice and easy, simple. Let's do the math. 110 calories in the bread. Probably a little bit less. Those were smaller than a serving. 4 grams of protein. Eggs, 2 of them. 140 calories. 12 grams of protein. And the Canadian bacon at 60 calories, 10 grams of protein. What is that? 60, 140, 200, 310, 310 calories. Oh, the cheese, the Swiss, 80 calories for the cheese, 6 grams of protein. So 390, 400 calories, and 6 grams of protein, 12 grams of protein, 18. What's the math on that Canadian bacon? 28. And the bread, 28, 32. 32 grams of protein, 400 calories. you know, a little bit more calorie heavy than protein, but not too bad. I mean, great for a nice, wholesome, easy breakfast. I'm gonna end up going for a clementine with that and probably some Greek yogurt with a banana later. Chill, kitty, what's going on, baby boy? Come here. You're crazy. Come here. Settle down. You are loco. What's wrong? Hi. Good morning. I just got out of the shower and I'm sweaty and wet. Yeah, not fun for either of us. Ooh. Dropped something. Whoops. Alright. I guess we'll start here, right? A little bit of a... Can I fit in here, for fuck's sake? Not really. What did I do last time? Right here? This can't be right. What did I do? I have no idea. I guess this worked. I will admit, I don't know anything about what I'm doing here. Quite frankly. I'm just kind of expressing that there's certainly some more development. And I want to start showing the legs too at some point. Shoulder legs, because I can 100%, I'm seeing more definition already. And I'm looking forward to seeing more at this point. But I feel good, man. I don't know, like, it's not... I mean, I have a lot of fat being carried here, but I certainly have some genetics for a certain kind of growth at, you know, a certain level, a decent level. I don't know what you're looking at back there, though, so... Shows her one from the back, right? Maybe I'm fucked. Alright. I am going for Greek yogurt with powdered peanut butter and a little bit of protein powder, as well as a banana and a touch of granola. Maybe a couple of pecans. I think I have pecans. I might have walnuts. I don't know what I got. Oh, protein. Okay. I do typically do this with a vanilla protein powder. I'm going to go for chocolate today. I've had a lot of the vanilla lately. Plus, I'm going for peanut butter. This feels like kind of a vibe. Why not? All right. Let's get crazy. Fucking loco. So that's 150 calories, 30 grams of protein. I am going to wing it on the peanut butter. It's a gram of protein per calorie anyway. So I don't care if I'm a little heavy on it. Which, I found out that there is one of these that is 8 grams of protein per 60 calories, so I picked that up as well. Okay, this is a little silly, but I'm actually just going to add in some oats for a little bit of texture. And it looks like these are walnuts we're going for. This is maybe a quarter of a serving at most. Yeah, I'm real light on these walnuts. Alright, I'll add the granola in a minute. Yogurt. So, there's about 5 servings in one of these large tubs of Greek yogurt. I tend to go for 4 servings. They're each a little heavier. Where did I put the lid? Oh. Alright. Mix this up for flavor and then add some of the, what's the word? Granola for texture. As well as a banana. I don't know, I wanted something that's not just the yogurt flavor. Alright, so a little bit of a thicker texture, maybe more like a pudding almost. You can kind of see some of the powder. You could definitely use like a blender or something and really emulsify this and turn it into just something smooth, but I don't mind it. I got no issue with it. I'm actually thinking I kind of want to freeze some of this and see if it turns into like a bar. It sounds kind of nice. I might do that. Fuck it. I'm putting it in a coffee filter on a paper plate. Alright, cool. We're freezing a little Reese's cup of it. See how that turns out. So 50 grams of protein for like 400 calories. You know, we're getting that ratio up there. And you want
nice simple foods, you know, yogurt, banana. It's easy. I don't gotta do the whole bake with guar gum, mix with extract, fucking whatever gibberish that I hypothetically could do to really, really optimize this. And I would like to, you know, do that for portions of my diet, but for the broad majority of it, I'd like to keep it real simple. All right, bananas, granola, a little bit of chocolate, peanut butter, protein yogurt, Progurt, and I'm freezing a little bit of it as well. And we'll see how that turns out. That should be good. I am excited. This will be delicious. Once in a while, when I've really got a sweet tooth, I'll add in a like a jam or a jelly that is, you know, 30 fucking calories a serving. Even if it's 2 servings, 3 servings of it. Worst case, I added in 100 calories for a little bit of my sweet tooth. So I don't mind it. I think Greek yogurt's a staple. Non-fat though, so that's a game changer. So I'm about to prepare some Greek yogurt, and I wanted a banana, and I tried to pull it off, and it frayed like a rope, and it just tore off. I've never seen this before in my life, but what the fuck, man? I forgot to mention the powdered peanut butter in that last one, so another 60 grams for 6 grams of protein, or worst case, what? I threw 100 grams in, I get 100 or 10 grams of protein. I'm not complaining. So my ratio is a gram or 10 grams. Jesus, fuck, 10 calories to a gram of protein. God, is my like worst case scenario ratio. Otherwise, I don't really want to eat that meal all that badly. I try to keep it about there, and if it goes much below that, then that's like an absolute, you can eat this, but you're not going to eat something else later, and you're going to eat nothing but protein shakes and Greek yogurt later. So, you know, count them, be careful, don't fuck it up.